For my video presentation, I will be looking at the Grateful Dead song Ripple. This song is a 6th track off the Dead's 6th album American Beauty, which, if not their best album, is definitely recalled as their most iconic. It's a cultural staple of the 1970s and definitely a must listen. A really interesting detail about the album before I start with the song is the ambergram in the title. It's called American Beauty, but can also read American Reality, which is a really interesting juxtaposition. The song begins with an acoustic guitar introduction. This guitar plays an innocent and tender tune with an underlying sentiment and nostalgia. It almost sounds like the song itself is a memory. This feeling of reminiscence attests to the universality expressed in the lyrics, which is vital in considering its ability to allow for a wide audience to feel connected to the lyrics. There are religious Christian connotations with the words, "If your cup be empty, if your cup is full," which alludes to Psalm 23. The chorus itself is also haiku, a nod to an Eastern practice. The first time the word ripple is heard in the chorus is when Jerry Garcia sings, "Ripple in still water, when there is no pebble tossed, nor wind to blow." As a haiku, it contains a nature-oriented metaphor and remains 17 syllables. However, the usual syllable structure of the 3 lines differs. A ripple in still water depicts a fleeting occurrence with no source. In this context, the Grateful Dead are referring to life. We don't really know how or why we got here, yet we know the present is constantly passing, as it ripples away from us slowly but surely. Furthermore, when the word ripple is sung, the instrument behind the vocals evokes the meaning of the word. This effectively works to create a vision of a ripple in water in the listener's mind. I think the main message behind the song, though, is found a little bit after the chorus, specifically in the 3rd verse, when Garcia sings, "There is a road, no simple highway, between the dawn and the dark of night, and if you go, no one may follow. That path is for your steps alone." I think the best way to truly understand the meaning of these lyrics and the theme is within the context of the first time I heard this song, which is in the show Freaks and Geeks set in 1980, because you can really see it happen. In the last episode, the main character, Lindsay, is admitted into a prestigious summer program at the University of Michigan, and she doesn't know if she wants to go or not. So with this big decision to make, her guidance counselor lets her borrow his copy of the Dead record, saying,
"I'd put their album American Beauty on whenever I was stressing out. It always helped. You know what? I'm gonna loan it to you."
In the last scene, Lindsay is saying goodbye to her family at the bus stop, where she is headed to the summer program. However, at the first stop the bus makes, she gets off and walks toward a van filled with Grateful Dead fans from her high school. In this moment, we learn that she's not going to UMich. She's instead going to follow the Grateful Dead on tour. American Beauty is what offered her this clarity. She's consciously deciding to put aside what may be the right thing to do and instead acting on her intuition. There's no right or wrong in the decision Lindsay made. Essentially, it was all her. Ripple is making life what we want it. It's being aware that our time here is short and we can only be responsible for what happens to us, good or bad.